So wow, it's been a while since I've posted a video, but I've had a lot going on, and well, to be quite honest with you, the time change really screwed me over. I didn't have much energy beyond what I had to do to film anything or really work on the car. It's already the week of when I wanted to have this thing done, and as you can tell, it's not very close to completion. What have I done since the last video? Not really a whole lot. I think this is all pretty much still where I filmed it last. I did get the carb gone through. It smells quite nice right now, so I think they wet flowed it. They didn't rebush the spindle, but I don't know if they did, or I don't know exactly what they did. A friend of mine knew a guy, and he owed him a favor, so it was free to get it overhauled anyways. So I'm not too worried about that. That's done. Speedometer got overhauled. That one did cost me some money, but I don't have that out here. But it'll be good not to have that thing howling at me. Engine, pretty much right where I left off on that. Let me make sure that this goes down all the way. Unfortunately, we've had some temperature changes, and I got some flash rusting going on. Really peeved about that, and that thing is all not fun, but hopefully that'll clean up pretty easily. I think just with some wire brushing or whatever. I need to paint it all. I'm throwing that on there to help try and keep some of the moisture off next time the temperature changes. Same deal over here. Unfortunately, that got flash rusted. Would be a Scotch-Brite, should clean that up real nice. For some reason that didn't get crusty. I don't know. Not too worried about that. So what did I get done? You guys saw that I tore the front end apart completely. What I don't think I showed you was the ball joints, track rod ends. So fun fact, there are two types of track rod ends. I did not know this beforehand. There are shouldered and unshouldered. So the shouldered ones are what this vehicle should have. So where's one without an end on it? There we go. So if you look in here, you'll see the threads are actually fair ways down in the hole. That's by design. Those aren't stripped out. And there is an unthreaded shoulder on the ball joint up here that it clamps onto. It doesn't have that unthreaded shoulder, potentially it could work loose, and the tires of your car go two different ways, and that's a lot of fun. Or even worse case, the steering completely becomes disconnected, and you can only hopefully drive in a straight line, which is even questionable in itself with some of these Land Rovers. So guess which type of ball joints my car had? No, not the wrong kind that are fully threaded, but it had both of them. It has the correct ones. These are probably original. You can tell by the boots. You can actually buy replacement boots for these. Those look good. I'll probably reuse them. Actually, all the ball joints are tight. But these are the original ones with the threaded shoulder in them. And all the rest of them are fully threaded. You can see where that shoulder should be, where it clamps onto it. These are later type. I've got a couple in order. So we'll see what happens. I put it in a nice big order to PA Blanchard's. I'm getting new splines for these because I'm crazy and want to keep the cone and bush set up just because it's different. I like it rather than the Railco. Everything else looks immaculate in there. So I've got these coming. I'm getting new springs because they looked a little compressed. And then just a laundry list of other seals, gaskets, and other items that the car really needs. I've got transmission and engine mounts coming, all sorts of stuff. So for these, I don't know if I've ever talked about it, these rust out Outriggers, I had a friend of mine, that noise is just the spinny thing up there squeaking away. So these Outriggers, I don't know if I've talked about them before or not. I had a friend of mine take measurements, and he drew them up in CAD. So I'm actually going to get them plasma cut, and then I'm going to bend and weld them myself. What we're going to do is make, what is it called, perforations along the bend lines. Make it easy to bend. That way you don't need to do a lot of jigging to weld them up. My plan is to sell the blueprints and possibly the actual CNC files for them. I'm going to do both the fuel tank, or not the fuel tank, bulkhead outriggers, as well as these back ones. I should probably do this one too. That way other people like me can, spend, I don't know, I need to price it out, but it's something like 15, 20, 30 bucks for the blueprints or for the files, and make them yourself, especially if you're like me and have really nothing recognizable or barely anything recognizable for the outrigger. That way you don't have to spend 200 something bucks to get a whole brand new one when you have the facilities to make it yourself and you just don't have the dimensions. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Pretty much everything else is at a standstill over here. I need to shift back into blacksmithing mode, start making some more money to help pay for all this. It's been too long. I finally got back into the forge the other day for the first time since September. This is end of November. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. It's probably going to sit like this for a while. I guess the next big deadline is I need to go to Winter Romp, so this definitely has to be done by then. So I guess I'll catch you up with whatever goes on next week and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. If you like what I'm doing, help support the channel by checking out my Patreon. I tend to post everything live there first, if it's not like this last couple weeks where I really haven't done a good job of posting. Or check out my Etsy. I post up all my blacksmithing wares on there to be sold. Check it out. If you find something interesting, let me know, and help support what I do there. With that, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.